AM Best is maintaining a stable outlook on the commercial lines segment for 2020. A number of factors have influenced the decision to maintain the stable outlook. Market conditions are favorable. This is driven by price increases, which accelerated through 2019 for most lines of business. One exception to that is workers' compensation, where modest price decreases continued in 2019. Market conditions are also favorable as terms and conditions have remained solid and insurance companies continue to be disciplined in their underwriting and pricing actions. Other favorable factors that we considered in the outlook are risk-adjusted capital, which remains solid. Most companies have seen capitalization remaining resilient despite some underwriting challenges in the last few years. The third factor that's positively influencing the segment outlook this year is the workers' compensation line of business, which continues to have strong performance despite compounded price decreases over the last several years. Offsetting factors we considered in establishing the outlook this year include the changes in the legal environment. Plaintiffs' attorneys have employed new strategies that have resulted in higher jury awards and a broadened interpretation of policy terms. This has resulted in higher loss costs and presents challenges for both current year losses and prior year loss reserve development. Uncertainty about emerging casualty exposures was also considered. Things like cyber liability, reviver statutes, and opioid and e-cigarette use also have the potential to drive higher casualty losses going forward. We anticipate price increases will continue in 2020 for virtually all commercial lines. Workers' compensation will probably be an exception to that, as the results continue to be quite favorable in that line. However, we do expect companies to remain disciplined in their underwriting, even in workers' compensation. We also anticipate that the legal environment will remain challenging in 2020. Companies are taking actions to attempt to address the increases in loss costs, and we expect the price increases in 2020 will help in that regard. The biggest uncertainty as we look forward is what the impact of social inflation will be on the industry in terms of reserve development for prior year's loss reserves. Although companies are taking actions to increase their current year pricing and to shore up reserves from prior years, it's unclear at this point whether or not companies' actions will allow them to get in front of this emerging issue.